solve. No, I mean, I'm sure it's a lot greater than module starter if you're happy to edit all this stuff in an ongoing way. And the real point of Zilla is to not be editing the pod coverage tests ever again, or just not be writing them in the first place. And so it is really handy when you have a load of distributions. But I would go from the start. Okay.
More of a scenario to see if I understood correctly. I was a developer for a company for internal users. So, for example, I could move out all the CPAN plugins and create plugins that put in our own repository of things like that, and create the appropriate README and license file instead of standard ones and kind of swap in and out.
Exactly so. I mean, you can just look at, have a quick look through the default bundle, look at what plugins it uses, go and read them. It's going to be a case of, I mean, they're mostly kind of 10 lines each. So
and then the real question, is there any plugin that creates packages like Debian packages or you? No, but I think it can be done.
There isn't, but then again, there is tools to create Debian packages or whatever from build distribution. So you can just build your Dist as usual and then use the other tools. I mean, there could be a plugin, but okay, there is.
Yeah, no, you could entirely generate Debian / directory from all the methods you've got, just as a plugin part of your stuff. And yeah, you can then run PD build and take the resultant deb and commit that somewhere rather than loading it as CPAN. I mean, you're going to have to write a couple of custom plugins to 10 lines each. It's as easy as it could possibly be. So whatever your workflow is, or where if stuff's not going on CPAN, then that's also fine. I mean, I am using it internally for some of the stuff in work too. Diesel build will build me a deb and stuff. I have some madness, but it's pretty damn easy to do.
Okay, since we started this, and I know this wasn't supposed to be part of the presentation, but I see we have about 20 minutes left, so we'll be asking questions. If you want to build a new plugin that defines a new stage in your build process, like for example, you want to say Zilla build deb, for example, to build Debian distributions. How would you go about that? And specifically, what my question is, I want to do that. Say I'm writing code, and then I want to do Zilla build deb, and I want to spit out my Debian package or whatever else I want to do. I wanted to do before that all the prerequisite steps like build, possibly test, etc., etc.
So you're basically saying, I want to add a command to Zilla, so Zilla can do something else.
That is just as easy as writing a plugin.
Yeah.
In fact, it does mean writing the plugin for this Zilla's command line weapon, which is called this Zilla app, I believe, which has a command subnamespace, and you just put your module there, and it'll load it for you, and you can just say install your command line.
Okay, but then how do I make sure that, how do I define at what stage in the build process my command belongs to, so that when I execute this, for example, build deb command, it will make sure it builds the actual distribution before that.
Your command code is going to get called, and you at that point get to orchestrate the build process if you want.
So I get to say at which stage.
Well, you get to do all of it. You can do it in a backwards order if you want. You could generate your dist and then rewrite the files, just by calling the right things in the right order. I mean, at the point where your command thing gets called, you have full control. Normally, you'll just pass control back to Zilla to do the normal things. But if you want to do things in an old order or add an entirely different thing, then well, that's just insert your code here. Sure.
So do I use like a roadmap or the same? Do you use the same? What you call them? Injection points where we can get hooked to the build process.
And please just show the source from CPAN 4. This Zilla app command read.com. It's in one of my CPAN directory, and it's also like 10 lines.
Again, I'm a bit lazy here, you know, I can figure that out by myself, but since I'm looking at the time you have left, I'm like, well,
Yeah, no, anybody, feel free to piss off when there's someone more interesting, but also feel free to keep asking questions. Yes, I can show you all of these things. Let's start. Yes, I know.
Okay, all right.
My dog. When I said writing a plugin bundle, it is pretty easy. There's just a load of metadata here, and like 2 or 3 small methods to solve it. So this is automating everything that he does, and adding meta resources and etc. I mean, that's
it does a lot actually.
It's very straight
to code. At the bottom, which basically just calls add plugin or something.
Yeah.
So yeah, usually you just write a couple of add plugin calls and you're done with it. If you want to do something more, you can.
Yeah. Right. So sorry. What did you?
Right.
That one? Yeah.
Yes, that is a custom command.
So. CPAN search. Any more questions while we're waiting for CPAN search?
I hate to say it, but, almost to raise it, but I noticed you're still using MakeMaker and that sort of stuff.
Yep.
What's the personal take? As far as I understand it, I haven't really looked into this. Kind of, is it a religious war between the MakeMaker and the builder?
So you're basically asking the MakeMaker versus module build question,
Yeah.
aren't you? I like it to be able to install my software. And that's all I've got to say on that, really. No, I mean, Catalyst module build has got a lot better, and now that it's core, in 5 years, then maybe. When everybody has a kernel that has module build in it, but the whole I need module build installed to be able to build this distribution thing. Well, the Catalyst project, which I also might have something to do with, sorry about that, used to use module build, and we threw it away about 4 or 5 years ago now, and installation issues from users went down by about 80%. And things have got better since. I'm not religiously against
which is what
module build.
8% by switching from what to module build.
From module build to module install, which is basically MakeMaker, the installation issues that people had went down 80%. I mean, the other day, within the last few weeks, I had datetime fail to install on my machine because of some freaky module build issue. And the answer was upgrade module build. And having to upgrade things before you can install other things, when the installs just failed in some really cryptic way, is going to make your users hate you a bit, really. I mean, because this stuff never blows up in our own. We don't have this new version of module build. It blows up in some entirely confusing way, and you just go, oh, that uses module build, I'll try out module build, because you learn that through pain and terror and hate. Yeah, as far as I'm concerned, I've had things fail to install on me in the last couple of weeks due to module build versions, so I'm not a big fan. If you want to write your own custom in-house module builder or subclass module builder, then that's going to be a lot less painful than looking around MakeMaker. It is a much better subclass if you want to do different things there. But I generally don't. Yeah, I use MakeMaker because it works, and all of the mad stuff that detecting different MakeMaker versions and therefore using different features, Zilla will generate all that code for you, so that you end up with the lowest standard, common standard makefile that will install on Perl 5, whatever. 5.8.1, it can generate something you can install things on without having to install anything else from CPAN. And try installing some module build module, having not installed anything else from CPAN on 5.8.1 fresh build. Good luck. Anyway, yes, this is a command. Yes. Like that. Ah, okay, doesn't help. So,
That's
up, down.
up, right down. So basically you write a command class and you give it the method called execute and then do whatever. And you do get self is this Zilla object which you can then tell to do stuff like building a distribution or just managing files and whatever. You get to tell the Zilla what to do at that point.
Okay, but what if, for example, if I've just run Diesel build before running Diesel, say, build depth, for example, I probably don't want it to build again.
Well, I think so that.
Okay, but I don't know. When my user runs build depth, I want to do the following if it's been built already.
Well, yeah, so you're just going to look for some files on disk at that point, aren't you? And you're basically saying if there's a toggle here, then don't build one, and if there isn't, then do, and then I must do something.
Okay, so I have to do that manually.
Well,
code, or
There is no state between different invocation.
yeah,
there is no state.
yeah.
There could be.
That would be madness. I mean, you've got all the environment, and you know you can easily find out what the toggle is going to be called. So it's just going to be a case. It's going to be a file exists test. You ask Zilla for the file name, you do a file exists test, and if the file's not there, call something. If the file is there, it's kind of going to be 3 or 4 lines of code. So
I can't remember how Diesel works right now. For example, if I run Diesel test, and if I run build just before Diesel build just before that, would it use the already built files,
no,
or
it
will
reloads every time because.
Alright, so it's no issue. Okay.
Any more questions? We have technically got 9 minutes left.
Does Podweave, like some guys when they format their documentation, particularly of methods and all the rest of it, some put it in the line above the functional, they just put all their pod at the bottom. Does Podweave give you a track without it?
Podweave will basically rearrange things so that all your pods are bottom. You can put it where you like, and you can kind of have methods and attributes where you like, and it will appropriately reorder things. The generated files, all the pod ends up at the bottom, and things are in declaration order, but you'll have an attribute section and a method section, even if they're interspersed in the source code.
Could you just show where on the pod the list of sort of plug-inable steps is? Because I'm looking for it and I can't find it.
Maybe, he says.
Trying to find.
It might be on Diesel. Or
That's not going to help.
So there's sort of some more tutorial styles.
somewhere show up on ISE half. Someone will know.
Okay, so there's some, yeah, there's some of the steps here. Oh no, hang on. I don't think that's the Delta base. Yeah, it's all the steps are covered in the documentation.
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
So basically there's much more documentation on Diesel than
There's a lot more documentation on diesel.org. There's a manual in the CPAN distribution and stuff. Hey, good question. Yeah. Anyone else? Okay, I think we're done. Thanks, Florian, for not writing any slides.
You're welcome.
Okay, cheers.